this section is on derivatives and integrals of e to the x. And so to find the derivative of e to the x, we first start out with y equals e to the x. And then what we'll do is take a natural log of both sides. So we have ln y equals ln e to the x. Now ln e to the x is just x. Those cancel. Now we can differentiate. The derivative of ln y will be y prime over y. It's 1 over y times the derivative of y prime. And that would be equal to 1, because the derivative of x is 1. Therefore, if we multiply both sides by y, you get y prime is equal to y, and y is equal to e to the x, so therefore y prime is e to the x. So what we see is that e to the x is its own derivative. Now this is just one more rule we have to add to all the others we've learned for differentiation. And so here are a couple examples already worked out. If we have f of x equals x e to the x, and we just want to take a derivative, that will involve product rule. So we have derivative of x times e to the x plus x times the derivative of e to the x, which is just e to the x. And we factor that e to the x. Over here, f of x is e to the 3 tan x. This will be chain rule. So the derivative here is e to the 3 tan x times the derivative of 3 tan x, which is 3 secant squared x. And we can just rewrite it this way if we choose to do so. Here are some examples taking this a little bit farther. F of x equals e to the e to the e to the e to the sine x. And basically, when you just work your way up the exponents, so the derivative of the bottom one is the whole thing, and then the derivative of this section is these 4 pieces. Then you work your way up and up and up. Finally, the derivative of sine is cosine. And then down here, you can look through this at your own pace. G of x equals e to the 2 ln x e to the 2x. You want to find g double prime. Now the idea here immediately is to get this 2 up here as an exponent. That way we can cancel the e to the ln. So at least we're down now to x squared e to the 4x. But now we've got product rule and chain rule. We're doing some factoring with the first derivative. More product rule, more chain rule. We get all the way down to here. So you may need to pause or go back to take another look at this. Now under the integration, because the derivative of e to the x is e to the x, then the integral of e to the x is e to the x plus c. So once again, it's just a rule we add to all the others. Everything we would have done with u substitutions, well, we got to still do it. So here's an example. If we have the integral of e to the 3x dx, we would just let u equal 3x, and therefore du is 3 dx. So what I need to do is have a 3 on the inside, compensate with a 1/3 on the outside. So this integral becomes 1/3 e to the u du when I make my u substitution, which is now 1/3 e to the u and of course plus c. It's an indefinite integral. And finally we write it as 1/3 e to the 3x plus c. So I would expect that you'd skip all this extra stuff in between, just go straight from start to finish. Once you've done this a couple times, it's pretty clear what's going on. Another example, this integral here, you can't divide, you've got 2 different terms in the denominator. So what you can do is let u equal e to the x plus 4, and therefore du is e to the x dx, which is my numerator. So now this integral, when you substitute for u's, becomes du over u, which I can integrate with natural log, so it's ln absolute value of u plus c. I plug back in my u, and the last thing, makes it a little bit more accurate, is e to the x plus 4 will never be negative, and therefore we don't need absolute values, so we can rewrite it as ln e to the x plus 4 plus c.